All right, we are live and direct. We are live and direct. We are live and direct times 3 because we are live on Instagram, which I'm not going to pay too much attention to because you're over there. We are live on YouTube and we are live on my business Facebook pages as well as some groups that it's being cross-posted to. I'm going to start this video like all videos. I'm not a professional video maker or live streamer or vlogger or online video guru. I do have a lot of videos out there and I do stream a lot when I'm making calls and I'm doing some training for real estate prospecting. And I've gotten okay at making some videos and I have fun with it. And I enjoy interacting with you guys that follow me thoroughly. And I enjoy helping you guys. And especially when I hear back from you that you picked up this, you picked up that. It's interesting because I'll tell you a little bit of story about that. I've been doing these live videos for a few years now, and it helps me more than anything. I'm confident of that. But I'm visiting Florida currently, and I met up with he's now a realtor. He's new. He's been in the business probably a couple years now. He got in the business shortly after I left Key West. And for those of you that are follow me for a while, you can put that 2 and 2 together with that. But Chris left the job that he was at when I knew him. He was selling different packages to tourists when they came into Key West, which is a big business, and you can do well with that. Because I saw that he's already doing transactions, and here's the thing with Key West: it's a smaller market. There's not a lot of inventory, and it's a good old boy club. And the people that are doing the most deals are the people that always do the most deals. And sometimes it's hard to break into a market like that. However, he thought about it for a while and he figured it out. What can he do that his competitors aren't or won't do? Right? So think about that. What can I do that my competitors in my market aren't doing? So that takes some time to kind of figure out what they're doing for marketing or won't do. So let's think about it right away. Cold calling, right? Doesn't matter what market is. Most real estate professionals, especially successful ones, aren't cold calling consistently on a daily basis. Or they won't. They're above that, right? They have clout, or in their mind, they have a chip on their shoulder. Spending time cold calling just doesn't make sense to them. However, I don't do this just for fun. I do this because it works and I enjoy creating something out of nothing. And if this didn't work, I'd be doing something else. So Chris, he's been knocking on doors in Key West. An island above Key West, Big Pine. I'm sure he's doing Key West too, but Big Pine, average price points like $300 to $750, right on the water, Big Pine Key. Been knocking on doors up there. Put together a little pitch, he said, because in the past he used to knock on doors for alarm systems, so he has experience with that. But now he's an agent and he can knock on doors, and he's pulling listings. And he's amazed. He's amazing himself because he's knocking on a door, and then within 30 days or 45 days, the transaction's closing, and he's getting both sides of it. He's bringing the buyers a lot of times too, doing 2 or 3 a month, and he's just got in the business. And this is happening all over the country, guys. And what it goes back to what I talked about. What can I do in my industry, in my marketplace, that my competitors aren't doing or they won't do? So some of that, and a lot of realtors, especially ones that are killing it, they're not cold calling anymore. Okay, they're not doing it at all in their business, or they have an assistant doing it, or a service like mine calling for them. But they're not spending a lot of time cold calling themselves in most cases, I would say, for the majority. Now, there's guys and gals out there like me, like you, who are calling and are having success with it. And don't ever see don't ever see yourself pulling away from it because you enjoy it and you're successful with it. And that's awesome, because that's the category that I would fall in. Now, my services, we call you close, is you guys as realtors or investors or wholesalers, rather than making the calls yourself, whatever types of call prospecting your calls you're making to get listings or to purchase property, you hire me to make these calls for you. What's up, Instagram? We're live over on Facebook and YouTube if you want to come hang out, or you guys can chill there. Questions, if you guys have them, shoot them my way. I'll get to them as I see them. Anything about me, about the business, about cold calling, and I'm going to intro this for a few more minutes. So if you got to go grab some coffee or use the restroom, we're probably not going to start making calls until almost 3 o'clock Eastern. It's 2:50 now. Who knows? I might start making calls sooner, but I'm not making calls yet. I'm just talking. So most realtors, when they get into business, you're going to be doing some prospecting a lot, and this is why a lot of realtors leave the business early, is because they're not willing to do things like that. They're not willing. See, me, I'm a bird of a different feather, and a lot of you guys are too that follow me. You want to hustle. You want to grind. You have that in you. You just need to have a little bit of direction in what to do, what makes sense, what should you spend your time doing, right? So getting a platform like Mojo, like Vulcan 7, or like RedX, or like Land Voice. There's dozens of them out there, but those are the big ones, guys. And I wouldn't go far from those the main three: RedX, Vulcan, or Mojo, or a combination of all of them. But so the reason why we focus on those platforms is because they're 3-in-1 platforms. There's other bells and whistles, but three main things these platforms do. So you can subscribe to data. You can pay RedX, Mojo, or Vulcan, whatever. You can pay them to provide different leads to you for listings. So you can get all the expireds, all the off-market stuff, everything that comes off the market you're in your area, you'll get in your database every day. You'll get if you want the for sale by owners. And don't think the for sale by owners, just because the market's hot, don't think that for sale by owners are a waste of time, guys, because if you guys aren't smashing those for sale by owners, man, there's people out there in your market that need your help. Just because they can sell the house on their own doesn't mean that they're going to do the best job of it. It doesn't mean that they're going to net the most money. They still need our help, guys. They still need you, because even with your commission, they're still going to net, in most cases, way more than they would if they sold the property on their own without a realtor handling the situation, without you handling the situation, guys. And here's the thing. It's not about them failing, and it's not about them not being able to sell it, then they hire you. It's them hiring you because you're the professional, and you're going to do a better job either way, right? So if you keep that mindset enough when you're calling on these for sale by owners, the mindset of, oh, Mr. Jones, just because the market's hot, you probably don't need me. See, that's not even going to be part of your mindset, because they do need us. As soon as the moment they decide to go for sale by owner, they're waving that white flag and saying, hey, I need some help here. They may not need you to do everything, but that's why you've got to have different for sale by owner packages, right? Where you charge a different amount of commission depending on what you do. That's not my lane, though, guys. I don't talk about that because I'm a prospector. My service, my company, I'm an ISA. I teach, I coach, I train only on what I do, and that stops at the point of setting the appointment for the listing appointment. I don't go on appointments. I don't convert from appointment to listing. That's not my job. That's what you guys hire me. You guys hire me to get you to that point, and that's when you pick it up and you go ahead and close it. So we call you close, right? Okay, so we call you close. Now we have power prospecting. Power prospecting is a solution, a program that I'm rolling out over the last 6, 12, 18 months, and it's going to go on for forever, really. What's up, Philip, over on Instagram? Give him a wave. And if you guys are over here on Facebook or on YouTube, if you have questions or comments, feel free to put them in the chats. Looks like we got a few of you guys over here on YouTube. I put a link to my link tree. That way you guys can link off to all my socials. Some of you guys are new that are watching this. If you're watching the replay, or if you're watching this live, there's all my socials there. So Power prospecting, guys, that's going to be my training program. Combination of one-on-one and group setting, okay? I have a private group that I add you guys to. We work one-on-one. You'll actually hit and have interaction with me on a weekly basis, and sometimes more, usually more, because I take vested interest in my students that I work with, and I want you guys to freaking kill it, because I'm just breaking into this part of the industry, and I want to show that what I have to talk about is useful. And the only way to do that is to be able to help as many of you convert as many transactions as possible that started with a cold call, using some of my process and system or mindset or insight to help you get there. And all I just want to see you guys be able to get to a point where in 6 months, 12 months, you guys are so busy that it makes sense to go ahead and look at my other service, which is hiring me to call for you, or hiring somebody, an assistant, another agent, somebody because you're so busy. I want to get you to a point where you guys are calling, you're setting appointments for yourself, you're going on appointments every day, every couple of days, you're doing follow-up, and you're converting those leads that you created from a cold call into listings and then transactions and then lifelong happy clients. My goal is to help you get to a level to where you're enjoying prospecting. And if you miss a day of it, you're feeling it. You're like, man, I shouldn't have went golfing yesterday. I should have just been on the phones for a couple hours, because that's all it takes, a couple hours a day, 2-3 hours a day vested into your system, making 100 to 300 calls a day, having 30 to 50 contacts and conversations, having 5 to 10 new leads or to follow up with every day. That's bread, that's butter every single day. And then as you start doing that, you'll have follow-up mixed in there. People that you talk to that you need to follow up with that it didn't make sense to set the appointment right away, right? Maybe they were expired and they're just so pissed. They're just so hot. They got to make some improvements on the property. They're not going to be ready for 3 months. So you put them on the tickler and you call them in 4 weeks, and then you're reaching out to them. You're sending them stuff in the hard mail. You're stopping by and saying what's up. You're getting in their ear so you know who they are, know who you are. And then when it's time, then you're meeting with them and you're converting that into a new listing, and it's going to sell right away. 6 months down the line, you're looking at the commission check. Let's say it's a $9,000 check that started with a cold call you made 6 months ago. And then you look back 7 months ago and you're like, man, Jeremy had something to talk about there. And guys, look, that's all I'm looking for is for you guys to not even come say, hey, yo, look, thank you, Jeremy. I mean, that's just going to be natural. But I just want to see you cash those checks, guys. Because if you're cashing checks like that, that means you're helping people. And if you're doing that, that means you're having success with your cold calling. Now, if you're doing 3 or more transactions a month, and if you're getting to a point where you're just too busy to consistently keep up with your prospecting every day, and it gets to a point where you have to skip prospecting sessions because of appointments, not with a doctor, not with your wife, not with your kid, but appointments with Mr. Jones. You're just so busy to where it's just you're having stuff. You're not able to follow up with people. Then it's time to consider hiring a service like mine, contracting somebody to step in and make the calls for you. So what I do, and I'm going to do a demonstration of that here in a moment. I'm going to make couple of different types of calls today. I have a property that we have listed. It's listed in Sacramento. We need a buyer for it. So I'm going to be doing some circle prospecting, looking for a buyer, and also looking to see who else is looking to sell in that neighborhood. Okay. So we have options. We can go retail. I have partners that will list their property retail. And then I have partners who are investors. So if they want to sell or if they need to sell, maybe they're a default, whatever the situation, then we can get that done right away. Right. Okay. Let's look at Red X. So these first calls I'm going to make here are going to be some wholesale calls I'm making for myself just to get warmed up. I don't know if you guys ever used Red X before, but it has capability to use a 1, 2, or a 3-line dialer. Depending on the type of target that I'm calling will depend on which dialer I use. Right now, since I'm doing wholesale calls for myself, meaning I'm looking for a property personally. So I'm calling in areas that I know that are saturated with these types of properties, multifamily, and I'm looking to speak with the owners to see if they'd consider selling. Now, I can't just buy any property. The property that I'm looking for has to fit into a specific box. I don't necessarily need to get into the details with you guys, but I'm looking for a multifamily property in the Sacramento region or outskirts that is a 4-unit. So I need a 4-unit property, and I want there to be at least 2 or 3 occupants that are going to stay after the transaction. So they have their long-term renters, or there's an ability to fit, or so basically we have to have a self-sustaining property. That's the first qualification for me. The second qualification is it has to play by the 1% rule. The 1% rule has to do with the amount of rents versus the amount that we're going to pay for the property. Give me a moment, guys, while I restart the dialer. If you guys are on Instagram, what up, what up, what up? Let me bring you guys over here for a minute. So this is the RedX platform. As you log in, it's basically spinning right now. I'm going to refresh the page because it's not doing so well. Might have to do with my connection. Might have to do with RedX. But let's look at this. Kind of show you guys what I'm doing here. Can't do that with YouTube or Facebook because I'm recording through my laptop. Say what's up to YouTube. Say what's up to Facebook. All right. So these is so let's go ahead and select all 423 multifamily properties. So they're either duplexes, triplexes, or quads. Okay, so this is where it gives me some options here in my dialing settings based on the data that's in there. And these are do not call. I always call those. Mobile phones, yeah, we want to call those. So those are the different options that it gives you, and that's just how it is standard. So we have 784 to call. It's going to load up here. Just wait for the screen to change, then I'll be able to select to have it call my phone. Unless it's just being stupid and I got to refresh the page again. We'll see. Okay, there we go. There's a little quote for you. I don't run away from a challenge because I'm afraid. Instead, I run toward it because the only way to escape fear is to trample it beneath your feet. Olympic gold medalist, gymnast. All right, so I just hit the start button. Now it's going to call my phone, I think. Oh, no, we're going to use the computer audio. So 1 second, let me put you guys back over here. All right. Let's go.
Please leave your message for Jessica Navarro.
We do not leave messages. I want her to call me back to see who called her and create a conversation that way. So these are straight cold calls, guys. All I know is that the property's a duplex and that they're the owner. It's not for sale or anything like that. All I know is that it's a type of property in a specific geographic area, and that public records show that this is their number. Sometimes it gives me some more information. Like sometimes it tells me that it was.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated.
The tax records show that it was last sold on, a long time ago. The owners have owned this property since 1900, probably when it was built. Okay, it's a new property. Hello. So you're straight investor calls, right? So I'm calling saying, hey, my name's Jeremy. I work with some local investors. I was calling you about 8781 Melodon Way. Short pause. Would you consider selling if you can get the right price? Simple. All we're trying to do is open a conversation up, and we go from there. On to the next. What's up, Lee? Thanks for tuning in, guys. We're making live calls here. If you have any questions, just put it in the chat box. On Instagram, you have the question mark feature that you can select to ask me a question, and then this will become a Q&A session. That'd be great if you can do that.
Hey, you reached out. I'm not available. Leave a message. Thanks. At the tone.
So all we know is this is a multifamily property in Orangevale, and we're looking to speak with the owner. It's a duplex, it looks like.
Hi, this is Carrie. Leave a message tonight.
So I typically don't even ask for a name because the name's usually wrong anyways. I'm just going to assume who I'm speaking to is the owner of the property until they correct me. And then I'll open the conversation up that way.
Hello. Calls to...
Guys, I'm huge on minimalizing the conversation and opening it up with a question, open-ended, and just being quiet. Asking the right question, and sometimes it's a little awkward, and I do it on purpose. My only thing I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get them to start talking about the property. That's it. And more often than not, and I don't know, it's a skill that I have, and I'll work on ways to be able to train you on that as I do it.
Hello?
Yes, it's Jeremy calling about your property on Melodon.
I don't have property on Melodon.
Maybe I have the wrong number. It's 8780 Melodon in Orangeville.
What was that?
It's 8780 Melodon in Orangeville. Do I just have bad info?
I don't live there anymore.
Oh, used to be a tenant?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, I'm just looking to talk to the owner.
A long time ago, too.
Yeah, it's old tax and title records get mixed in sometimes, so I'll remove your number.
All right, cool. Thanks. Bye.
So sometimes, guys, because that guy seemed like a nice guy, sometimes I'll stop there and I'll ask him, well, I'll make sure not to call you again. However, while I'm on the phone with you, would you consider, are you in the market to buy or sell, right? And more often than not, they'll say, well, and then you can create a lead, create a contact. I do that a lot. 4 transactions so far in 2021 have came from what started as a wrong number, just like that. 4 already for my clients. If you guys are just tuning in, we're making live calls right now. These are wholesale calls. In a moment, I'll make some retail calls. Not a huge difference, and I'll point things out as I'm doing it. This is going to be another property on Mellow Dawn, it looks like. Another duplex. Must be a bunch of duplexes over there. I'm going to look it up. I'm going to pull all of them. I'm going to pull every single one because sometimes in that area, there's like blocks of nothing but duplexes.
Hi, you've reached Dave at 916-370-5700. Sorry I was unable to take your call.
I'm going to try something out here. Nothing wrong with trying things out if you're not talking to nobody.
I'll be sure to get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.
Hey, Dave, it's Jeremy. I had a question about 8797 Mellow Dawn Way. If you can give me a quick call back. Again, my name is Jeremy, 916-241-3497. 241-3497. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause for about 30 seconds. Dave is going to get that notification in my voicemail, and then I'm going to call him back. Why not? We're just trying to get somebody on the phone here. Sometimes you got to be a little creative and play around to do what you got to do to get somebody on the phone. So now he's going to have 2 missed calls from me, and he'll probably try to call back later. Leslie. I have another name here. So there's an email here, and I read the email, and do this sometimes too, guys. Sometimes you can gather information. Maybe it's another one of the owners. So I'll just put that in the notes for myself when I come back around and make calls on it again. Or if I have an assistant that steps in, they have that information, right? Live calls. If you guys have any questions, put it in the chat or hit the question mark button on Instagram. You guys know what to do over here. Hello? Let's call that one back. No, it's not even a local number. It's probably a bad number. So this is an apartment building. I have the property type of apartments, 5 or more added in there. So it could be a larger apartment complex as well. We don't necessarily want to deal with that. Hi, I was calling about 8721 Greenback Lane. Is this the owner?
Is this who?
Is this the owner?
No.
Okay, I apologize. Local realtor trying to speak with the owner of the building.
Oh, for Heather Ridge?
Yeah, and maybe if you're a tenant, I wouldn't expect you to have that info. I'll try to figure it out.
Yeah, no.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
So she's a tenant. Sometimes that happens. We'll take her number out and move on to the next. On to the next. I need to make some apparel. That's my hashtag. Hashtag on to the next. ON2 number 2 DA next. So I'm going to just go ahead and skip this one. And I need to remove that property type because I don't even want to deal with apartment buildings. Anything that's more than 4 units is considered commercial. And for what I'm trying to do, it's not going to fit into that box.
Call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 9162368.
Hey, good afternoon. Calling about 6225 Beach Ave. Are you the owner, sir? They already hung up. I'm going to call him back. I think we got disconnected.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 41088204110 is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
What's up, Instagram? What are y'all doing? Take my setup outside. It's raining though. Show you guys the scenery out here. It's beautiful. I'm on the ocean. I'm basically on the ocean. Like there's water underneath the house that I'm staying in. There's water in it. The water's right there. There's sharks, there's stingrays, jellyfish, a lot of fish. Smiling and dialing. So if you're watching this and you're wondering why there's not a chat, you need to follow J Marqeting. So just hover over it and hit follow, and then you'll be able to chat in the chat box. If you're on Facebook. If you're on YouTube, chat away.
Hello.
Hello, this is Jeremy calling from eXp Realty.
I'm not interested.
You're not interested in having no idea what I'm talking about, but that's okay. Oh, man. Just as you said, I'm not interested, I got booted off of the dialer because of a bad connection. I'm going to try to restart this. The reason why my pitch sucked, I was calling about Jeremy because my screen was refreshing and I couldn't see shit. And so I kind of got thrown off there, but I should have just rolled with it. Now, I'm not a 10 out of 10 professional expert robot cold caller, guys. I'm human. I screw up all the time. Like right now, I should have started that conversation off different. I should have came in with more excitement and not being so laid back. And she's like, "Who's this loser?" and hung up on me, right? All right, on to the next. I was too worried about posting my calendar link for you than making that call. Let's be honest. This with the Wi-Fi is acting up out here. That's what's going on. I mean, I am in the middle of the ocean in the Florida Keys, so bear with me.
Hello, Dave.
Hey, Dave. It's Jeremy calling from eXp Realty about your property on Roloff.
About my property on roll-off.
Yeah, do I have the right information?
I thought you tell me who you're looking for.
I'm looking for the owner of 6059 Roloff Way.
Nope, you don't got me.
Dave's not here, huh? All right, Dave.
Dave's not here, man. Where's roll-off way?
Orangeville. Oh, we got disconnected. I'm going to call him back. See if he got anything going.
Hello, Dave.
Dave, sorry about that, man. Yeah, Roloff Way's over in Orangeville.
No. I probably wish I owned it, but I don't.
Duplex out there. Well, hey, while I got you on the phone, are you looking to buy or sell anything?
I don't know. What do you want to buy or sell?
Well, I work with a local realtor, so are you looking to buy or sell any property?
Well, I sell my house for the right amount.
What's the right amount? And let's open conversation on that and being serious.
Well, being serious, the two down the road, one sold for like $850 and one's up for sale for like $850 right now.
Okay, so you take $850.
Someone wants to give me fucking pretty close to that, than with or without the furniture.
Well, let's at least open conversation on it. My name's Jeremy. Like I said, I work with a realtor here at eXp. I'm not going to wait. Let's not waste your time. Let's just do this. Why don't you give me the address? I'll do some homework and have a conversation tomorrow if it's anywhere near 850.
Okay. Address is 13308 Oak Ranch Lane.
What is it?
13308 Oak Ranch Lane.
Oak Ranch. Zip code?
That's in Chico.
Chico.
Yep. So if you pull up all the history on it, I think it pulls up as like 1,810 square feet. We've done a remodel on that, and it's what is it? 735 square feet bigger than that.
Okay, so it's actually
And
about
you pull up
2,500.
All the stuff on Zillow and Google. None of the pictures are going to match what's actually there.
Well, let's put it like this: if we were going to do something, my partner would come by and talk to you and look at it and all of that. But let's just look at it first online and see if the numbers make sense. Not put the cart before the horse, you know.
Okay, sounds good.
What's your email?
Light it up, LIGHT. Light it up, electric. Dave@yahoo.com.
I was beginning to think maybe you're talking about light something else up, but you're talking about light it up like electricity.
Yep. I get that every day.
How long you guys been in biz?
15 years.
Awesome. So, all right, my name is Jeremy Marquez. When we get done, I'll text you my info and then do some homework today. And so you're telling me if you can get that, you'd be willing to sell.
If we can get close to that, we'll have real serious conversations.
Let's start there. Okay. What's your last name?
Nelson, Nelson.
And this is your mobile? Your phone?
Yeah.
Cool. Have a good day, Dave. Talk soon, man.
Thank you. Bye.
What do you guys know? That was a great call with Dave. Talk to him soon after we do some homework. And the awesome thing is he knew that his neighbors were selling the property, and he's not being like crazy. He didn't say, "Oh, my neighbors are selling for $850. Give me $1.5 million." He said, "If I can get near that, I'd sell as well." And he's made some remodels. So that's a really good lead, guys. I'm going to be able to convert that, place that in the hands of the right agent, and they're going to go ahead and get that listed and sold. Or if he doesn't want to go that route, we'll get an investor to come in there and snatch that thing up. That's a great call. And so it was wrong number, disconnected. Then I called him back and had a great call. So what I'm going to do, we can talk about that for a little bit. What you guys think on Instagram, huh? YouTube, Facebook, worldwide. So here's the thing. Something odd, nothing. We've been on the phone for less than an hour, and we have potentially an $800,000 transaction on our hands. So we're talking over $20,000 commission there. That's what we do. But see, the key thing is when you have good calls like that, is that you don't just, get the high, get the rush, feel that, because it's exciting. But you have to leave that there and get ready to go to the next call, guys, and just keep that momentum going, right? So that's why I'm going to make a few more calls, because we're on a roll now. Give me a moment while I do some admin stuff, and we can talk about it. If you guys have questions or just curious about that, I'm going to create a new lead here for Dave. My dude, Dave. That's exciting. I love this shit. Instagram, I'm going to cut this live off. Woo! Put that on the IGTV for later. Okay. Let's see what we're going to do here. YouTube, I'm going to go ahead and end this live. Facebook, I'm going to go ahead and end this live. Thank you guys for tuning in. We talked about some good stuff. We broke down what I do and how I can help you guys. We did some calls and we had some examples of that. Great call with Dave. If you guys need somebody to make calls for you, let's work something out. If you're making calls for yourself, but you need somebody to help guide you and train you and keep you accountable, let's work something out with that as well. Have a good day, guys.